Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. This is not a trading room. You're very welcome to follow any of our signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trades. Today we had a beautiful run on the automated signal entry, as you see from the ES. And it was a beautiful long trades today, made a lot of takes. And then at 9:30 exactly, the trend broke at 3015, and now we are already hitting the target on the ES, where the system, automatic system, calculate on each entry where is going to be the target. As you see, the target is already hit where the system has estimate to be. For the NASDAQ traders, our traders, you got to be very careful with the NASDAQ. The system, if we look at the left upper corner on the market analyzer, we have the signal fired at 9538, target 9516, hit right above the target couple ticks. The problem with the NASDAQ, there is a major support area at 95.18 and is making this NASDAQ struggle and not to break in that level, which I strongly recommend to go ahead and break even, because the market fell to break that level here. Or if you want to, when the auto trade hit this target, you need to get out of that trade. We missed the target by a couple ticks, but you could have cashed in right at the target. So there is a problem on the NASDAQ at 95.1725, and we will look at it and see what is gonna happen. Also, if we look at the ES, what happened? The system hit the target. The target is 3009, and then the market went below the target, and then we have hit a reversal, and then this market is going to the because this one here was a support, it become a resistance, and now become a support again. So now the ES is trying. Whoever took that signal is going to be fine. But right now, if you want to enter the NASDAQ is going to be a re-entry point at 95.5575, and ES is going to be a re-entry point at 313.25 short. There is no long, gentlemen. There is no long trades in there. So it is very important to keep our eye on the market and make sure that the NASDAQ is going to go down again. For the other automated trade, we don't use too many charts on the DAX. We only have one trade today on the DAX, and it's already hit the target based on 2, and it did. And then we have the CL based on a symmetry. It already. We don't use a tick chart. This is the only chart we use is the 90 ticks, but the rest is all in minute. But we only have one chart on the symmetry. Is the same auto trade, the TI7, and is already took one trade and a close at from the first round, and a close at 1160. So this is really good. And we will look at those trades. And then we have the scalpers. We will monitor the scalpers. The scalpers is on the left upper corner on the market analyzer. So what is the difference right now as we speak? The different, because this market turned around, as you see on the ES, we have a reversal signal came out, and it was those reversal signals. They're not a repaint. Once they plot the reversal signal, there is a reversal signal. For the guys, do not get mistakes in there. Absolutely, there is no long trades, gentlemen. Absolutely, there is no long trades. So we need to keep our eye on the re-entry. This is where I have said the re-entry 1350 level, and on the Nasdaq is going to be the re-entry around 95.55. So those are the most important ones, guys. So we keep our eye on them. And the only things on the scalper, this chart is coming from the right upper corner, the market analyzer. So we missed, I missed, because when you are working by yourself, you can see it. But because I'm having a lot of charts, I'm having a problem keep up with everything. But as you see, we missed by few ticks, and now it is again the Russell is climbing to that level at 14085 and trying to hit the target. So we will keep our eye. This is exactly what we have said, guys, on the ES, and the Nasdaq is going to be the same, like what we expected as a re-entry point, 9952. And there is not much for now, so we will wait. It is only short, guys. There is no long. Only short. Only short. There is no long trades. This signal on the YM do not follow. Again, the signal on the YM buy do not follow is gonna fail. And it is short only. Keep directing your auto trades on shorts only if you are directing your auto trades. off. Sorry, the microphone was off. We hit the Nasdaq. This is the other type of an automated trade, and we hit the 1400 from the first try, and this is really good, straightforward. And we are done with that one. So we are done with the CL Nasdaq, and we still have an ES trade. It is going. So on a day like this, when we accomplish this before 10 o'clock, I mean, it's a crime not to try one more time. And it did hit the first time, so this is a good indication for when you are using the other type of an auto trade. This is most of the guys using this type of an auto trade. What you can do, you just go ahead and right click, reload, and now it's gonna go for another round, so, and it is done. And now what it does when you reload is going to set the system. And the reason I left the numbers on, and you can see on the minute, no matter what it did before in the reality, and when you reload it, you will get the exact numbers you have had before. When you are doing this with Renko, you get the wrong numbers, you get the different numbers, and it looks good. So that's why we are showing the minute and the 1 minute, because it shows the reality, what happened in the past. It's not a fake number. So that's why there is a lot of people avoid the 1 minute, because the 1 minute reveal reality. So, and this is the 1 minute. What we do, we're not using any Renko bars or anything like this, because we want consistency. You can use the 1 minute, 2 minutes, and this is the 2 minute Nasdaq. As you see on the 2 minute Nasdaq, or you can use the 3 minutes. So 1 minute is very aggressive. 3 minutes is somewhere around, mid conservative, and 4 and 5. And 4 and 5, it is a conservative trading. So it's a less trades on the 4 minutes and the 5 minutes. So it depends on the trader what he want to do, and he can do that. So if you want to be aggressive, for me personally, if you ask me, if I want to be aggressive on the 1 minute, I will use a micro account, and I will use maybe the 2 minutes or the 3 minutes on a different account. So what we have here on the auto trade, this is the 1 minute ES, and this is the Nasdaq right now, and then there is an option. You can use a trailing stop with it, stop loss. They all separate. You can separate them. Or if you are not a guy knows how to tweak an auto trade, you can use the automatic trailing stop, which the automated trailing stop stay on the trend, and when the trend changes, then it closes automatically once the trend is over, and that is used actually for a big swing trading. So as you see here on that one here, there is no trailing stop, because if the market change in direction, it's going to close automatically, and there is a big gap. We leave for this market to go back and forth, so you will not stop out. Personally, I do not like dummy trailing stops, personally. But you can do whatever you want. We all are grown people here. Beautiful, beautiful trade, absolutely beautiful. And the way it exited, very nice. And we took the last bar at that and we nailed. It is the same chart. If you look on last week, it's the same chart, both of them. We are using the same charts on an ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones. And last week, I think it was on Friday also, and Thursday, we had the same amount on this NASDAQ, the 2 minutes, 3,410, and it did today, 3,410. And as you see here, this is the difference. On that chart here, we have a trailing stop. On that chart here, we didn't have a trailing stop, it's an automatic. So you can use it, but the secret also, if you want to use a dummy trailing stop, as you see, my trailing stop is very slow here, and I'm leaving a huge gap between me and the bar movement to leave room for this market to go back and forth, because I'm not interested in the $200 trade. And as we look at the previous trade earlier today, it was $1,000 trade. So I'm not gonna get out of my bed for this couple $100. I need to catch a trend, and like, let's say on this NASDAQ we catch a trend 3,400. How many traders during the week they can make this in 1 week, 3,400 on the NASDAQ? There's not too many out there in 1 week. So what I wanted this auto trade. And look at the previous trade as well. It was another couple $1,000 trade. So the secret is, and the way has taken that trade, and as you see how this market did, we maximize the profit on the NASDAQ. We didn't miss anything on it, and we let it the auto trade decide when it's going to close a position. If the market turned back, and we can set the target where we want it, but there is no trailing stop. When the market changes direction, it's gonna close automatically. Or you can use a trailing stop, and as you see here, the trailing stop, it is, for me, it is more important that I secure some of the profit and leave it alone. Now, if you are happy for a $1,000 trade or $500 trade, there is a button on the top. You say close position. Within millisecond, you can close your position at your broker and never look back. If you wanted, or if you decided you want to close position and override the auto trade, I don't want you to think to go back to the trading after 5 minutes. If you decide to override that auto trade and a close position, that's mean I'm expecting you to close Ninja Trader and go get something with your life and your family. Don't sit down and look at it and let the evil come and start, and the greed play with your head. This is the worst enemy, the greed. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There is not much trades on the scalpers at the moment. There is not much, and both of system has cut the trend from 930, so we still have the ES. We'll see. So, guys, I'm going to stay a little bit quiet. No use to... Look, you see, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Why a lot of mistakes happen with the traders. They try to squeeze the trading stop very, very small squeeze. And this is what I'm looking for. If this market going back, I mean, I got some profit taken, secured some of the profit. But I'm hoping this market is going to turn around and close. That is going to make a big difference, you know. So my opinion, if I want to get my hand dirty on a trade, I better get dirty all the way and get something out of it. If a trade is going to bring me a couple $100, I better to sit on the side and let it be. And it's not worth it to get pissed or get mad over a couple $100. So what I'm counting on that trade is not the 500. If this market going down, it's not just going to make money for one day for you. You lock your profit for the whole week. You're done with it. Protect your profit. Go enjoy life, you know. Turn on your sim and practice, you know. And if today the Nasdaq made 3,000, I don't know if it's tomorrow it's gonna make 3,000. I don't know if it's gonna make 5,000, and I don't know if it's gonna make a banana tomorrow. I have no idea what is gonna happen tomorrow, but what I know today, that Nasdaq made 3,400. Is it good enough for me to tomorrow, before I turn on the auto trade, evaluate the market? We have one gentleman send us an email. I don't know anything about him. A couple of days ago, asking about the auto trade. Is it as simple as that? Turn on the auto trade. Well, it is very simple. On this signal auto trade, you just turn it on and off. But does not mean it is this is it. Also, in the morning, you need to look at the market to see what is this condition in the market before you turn on your auto trade. So there is no getaway. There is no shortcut, guys. So if I see this market is not working, I need to wait 5-10 minutes to start the auto trade. It's going to make it different, those 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So as we see right now, this market is mixed. I will not activate a new auto trade. I will not activate a trade at the moment. As you see from the market analyzer, is red and green. That means there is a little mix. And this is what I have showed you on Friday. If we look at and I said to the traders are not members, and if you want to have immediate evaluation on the market, you go on the ES short, you go on the Nasdaq short, and now you have the YM long, and then you have the 30-year Treasury bond short. So the 30-year Treasury bond and the ES are going in the same direction. This means one of them is wrong. And I have made comment about this guy, the one I told you from Switzerland, how when we were working, we give the rich people table and chair, and I explained all this last week. So immediately when you see that the ES is in the same direction as the 30-year Treasury bond, and the YM is in one direction, or the Nasdaq that means they are not in sequence. You push your brakes. You wait till this market start being in sequence, and then you auto trade. So it does not need a brainer or a brilliant guy to wait on the ES Nasdaq Dow Jones to be in the same direction and the 30-year Treasury bond on the opposite direction. Gentlemen, whether you are auto trading or a manual trading, once you see the ES Nasdaq YM on this market analyzer in one direction and the 30-year Treasury bond on the opposite direction, whether you are a manual trader or an auto trader, you are going to make money. When you see there is mixed in the market, that's mean, and if you are not experienced, you're gonna get in trouble. As we see right now on that trade with the ES, and we have said a few minutes ago, um, uh, um, uh, why I use space between the trailing stop and the auto trade if I need to use the trailing stop. As an example, this one here is an automatic trailing stop on the NASDAQ on this one for that reason. Because most of the guys, what they do, they use a trailing stop 10 ticks, 15 ticks. I respect that. I have nothing to do with that. But what we have accomplished on this one here, the auto trade, it is built to be scalping or swing trading. It's not just scalping or both. So my whole idea, when you see $1,700, $2,000, you catch a trend, you made $3,000 on the Nasdaq. It is a good day. You made $5,000. Why you need to trade the rest of the week? You're done for this week. Why you need to trade the rest of the week, and maybe tomorrow you might lose them all. So today I have 5,000. Then tomorrow I'm gonna get my level a little bit higher, and the only time I'm gonna activate this auto trade when I see the Nasdaq ES YM on the same direction and the 30-year Treasury bond on the opposite direction. So now my standard goes higher before I'm gonna let this auto trade take in a trade, because I already cut my bread for this week. Which the biggest mistake guys do with auto trading, if they make a 3,000 on this one, believe me or not, the biggest mistake, let's go for one more time. He want to make another 3,000. And this is the biggest mistake you make, because now the market is trending and you nailed 3,000 on the Nasdaq and maybe a couple thousand on the ES. That's 5,000. I don't know what will happen in half an hour. Maybe the market is going to get stuck in a channel and you're going to smoke all your profit out. So, with all the respect, sometimes they say the cow thing is greener on the other side, which is not. So if you nailed your money for today, quit, stop your computer, go get something to do with your life. Okay, we are done on that trade. And so we finished the ES and the NASDAQ. Let's go back to the ES and NASDAQ. This is a look on the NASDAQ here. We have a re-entry. This number here, with the ones that have been following us every single day, they know this is a re-entry. We have a re-entry at 95.15.75, but it's not going to go anywhere. Why? Because you have a support area, heavy support area at 95.05, and it's not going to go anywhere. What's happening in the market right now? This is very important. It's not what the auto trade make. What is more important, what's happening right now, there is a resistance area at 95.1750, and there is a support area at 95.04. What is telling us? You cannot trade anymore. You're done. Whoever made the trades made it. So if Mike or Tom or Jim or whatever come in, try to auto trade right now, and trying to auto trade in this market situation at the moment, he will not make money. So for that gentleman asking, is it as simple as that? Well, if you come in the morning and you're not looking at the chart, and your ES jammed between between the channel between support and resistance, and you turn on your auto trade, you're gonna get whacked. If you come in and you look at the charts and you see there is an opening channel and there is nothing holding back the future, there is nothing holding this market, then you turn on your auto trade. So this is where the driver has to control the auto trade, how to drive the auto trade. So yes, the airplane has an autopilot. You can turn on the autopilot to go from A to B, yes. But also you have to be captain. Would you fly with somebody don't know anything about airplane? He just know how to turn on the autopilot? No, you will not. And the same thing here, autopilot, auto trading, without a captain on board, is a disaster trader. So it's gonna crash, So it is exactly the same, folks. Take it or leave it. This is reality. This is not a promotion place. This is a reality. So guys, as you see right now, I'm gonna stay quiet. There is nothing to trade. And the market is keep going back and forth to this to the re-entry point, and there is nothing going on. Even if it break that area, is gonna bump in. There is no trades on the NASDAQ. It's done. There is no more trade on the ES. It's done. There is a resistance, double resistance at 300,875, and there is a huge support at 3,075. Good luck with that. So what we can do in this is a scalping. And that's why you can start using the scalper from the market analyzer and try to take between those lines, and you start scalping from the market analyzer. So gentlemen, I'm trying to teach you that it is okay to sit on the side when the market is not, when the market doors are not open to make money. It seems like everybody forgetting to say that to a trader. You cannot just say, well, I only trade from 10, 11. Sometimes you come in at 9 o'clock, you're done by 10 o'clock, and sometimes it's going to be whole day, and sometimes you are done at 11:30. Sometimes you come in at 9 o'clock, there is no trade, and then you need to start around 10 o'clock. Welcome to trading. Welcome to reality. A lot of people, they forget to say that because that scares traders. And this is not a sell talk. So reality is whether you want to brush me off or not. Reality, if you're not looking at the market before you start trading, you're going to get in trouble, even if you have an auto trade. So this is what I think it is. So right now, when a case is like this, you can always go back to the scalping and trying. Now we are no longer into the big money, 2,000 and 3,000. Now we are start picking up 100, 200 on the scalper because the market is not moving. As you see what we have said on the ES, this is a resistance area. You see this? This is a double resistance followed by floor fibs and then followed by a resistance again. It's one big madhouse. It is a big mess. And that amateur trader is going to dive right into the mud. Then if we go down, it is the same story. It's untradable market at the moment. I don't care how professional you are, you're not going to make money. The ones they've been around, they can scalp this market, take in a small trade here, they know their destination, and then what they do, they exit on the way down, and they pick up a few ticks in there. I have some of my best friends, they do that. They go on 4 or 5 ticks trade. But they've been around for 20 years. They were not born yesterday in the trading. They've been trading every morning for the last 20 years. They know what to do. Their stop loss is 3 ticks and 4 ticks. But you cannot expect a guy who was born yesterday, he's been around a couple of 3 years in the market, expecting him to put 2, 3 ticks of stop loss and nail 3, 4 ticks profit. You know, he's going to hit through the wall and he's going to hit disaster. So what I'm saying is, for the ones that not totally skilled and have not had enough hours behind the screen, then your best option is to go on the scalper and trying to pick up small money, 200, 300, 200, 300 when the market is not moving. And when the market is moving, you can go on the swing trading. So I better stay quiet because there is nothing to do, and I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm going to turn off the microphone, and when I see something, I will highlight it for you guys. Thank you. So now the market is not trending that much, so we can pick up a few ticks here and there. And what I do usually, break them even, hoping that this market is going to continue. But now the trending is over does not mean you're out of business. No, you still can pick up ticks here and there. And all what you have to do, let the auto trade take a trade, and then you start to break in even. Plus one or two ticks, because those entries are very well synchronized. And then when the market start moving, the auto trade go by itself, switch from scalping to swing trading, and then start recalculating the target for you. How many auto trades out there can do that? So at the moment, a little bit here, a little bit there. Also, you can smooth your day with a few ticks. Even if the market not moving does not mean we can stay empty-handed. And there we go. If the market is trending, now I'm not trying to trade as much as I'm trying to secure the trades and hoping to catch trend. You see, this is a big difference. So as we see here on the YM came in, even if it's a 15 second, we have the best zone levels ever. And even if this is a 15 seconds, your zones are amazingly right on line. So if we look at the YM 25041, it is a resistance. Take it or leave it. In another word, cash in, or you want to go to the target. However, if this market start trending and broke that number, and the market is trending, the auto trade is gonna go ahead extend the target for you. Gold, look, it came in right in line, 1711, and is telling you, hey buddy, take it or leave it. Here is my limitation at the moment. So CL traders, you have a problem at 34.25. Very simple, guys. No indicators. I don't need an indicator. What I need is somebody tell me what is going to happen. Russell, struggling on 1405, is telling you, hey, I'm struggling here. What you want to do? Take it or leave it. Cash in or not. Leave the table or not. If this gold break that level, that means we are on a $500-600 trade. Now, where is this market turnaround? Turn around here. I will increase my profit a little bit more. Look where is the problem on the Russell. That does not need a brainer to see that. It's 1405. Take it or leave it. $170, $200 here, $300 there. You still can make it. If you know what you're doing, you still can walk away, even on the market chopped. You still can walk away with 1,000 if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you can go in red. This is a very high risk trade in the futures, and you have to make decision right away. And you have to understand what this market is telling you. The market is telling me right now on the gold, I have a problem at 711. Again, 1711. On the Russell is telling me I have a problem at 1405. What you want to do is your call. You want to leave the table or you want to cash in? What you want to do? It's telling you. On the YM, it couldn't close it. Look, it couldn't close the trade. And it's telling you what you want to do. You have $200 here. So $200 here, $300 here, $200 there. You can end your day very smooth if you know what you're doing. If you're just looking at the sky and you don't like to interfere with the market or read the market, please stay away from trading. Trading is not for you. If you're because you hear sometimes, oh, emotionally, and everybody did him dirty, and he had a bad experience. Maybe he did. but maybe he is the bad experience, you know. So if you cannot interfere with an auto trade because you are emotionally, for some reason, somehow. I had a client one time, he said, my wife make me do the dishes and the house. I don't have time to sit down and look at it. And I told him, then you should not be trading. Or if you are running a hotel, I don't have time, then okay, then stay away from trading. But there is nothing called in the trading money coming to your account for free. Does not exist, folks. Put those the commercial, put those commercial out of your heads. And what you see on a commercial, and let's be real here. This is not a promotion video. This is an education video. If you're not interfering with this market, don't make our life miserable. Try to go to another company and purchase, or try to leave this business alone. But I am not going to babysit a guy not willing, or he had a negative. I don't want him to bring the negative into my group. I prefer him to leave him alone, not respond with him. So negativity is not good for trading. If you have a buddy, enjoy having a beer with him in a bodega somewhere, that's very fine. If he bring negative on your trading, get rid of him. Don't respond. Don't listen, don't even answer. Because this guy, you don't want him around when you are trading. I believe in that. You know, you have to say, I'm coming here, I'm going to drop. I don't need a second opinion. I can see what I'm doing, and I don't need a buddy of mine telling me exit here or stay here, or no. I will do it myself. You have to depend on yourself. And if you are too busy, then stay away from this business. If you are too emotionally involved, you cannot pull the trigger, stay away from that business. I'm telling you now, because there is nothing out there. Because you have a couple $1,000, it's going to turn around to $1 million at the end of the year, because you have an auto trade and a couple $1,000 in your hand. Couple thousand, 5,000, 10,000 in the future trading is nothing. It is on a daily basis, plus minus 10. We have one auto trade. It's not to the public. Is used by only our group, which our group, the ones we've been together for many, many years. On a daily basis, can bring on this auto trade 20, 30, 40,000 euro on the DAX, and can lose on a daily basis $20,000, $30,000 euro on one day. And those guys can afford to do that, and they are professional. But that kind of auto trade, you cannot give it to a guy on the street and tell him auto trade this one here, because he's coming in with no experience and have $2,000 in his hands, and he want to buy the whole market with it. He want to trade CL, ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. And he has no experience. He doesn't want to learn. Emotionally disturbed. He cannot touch anything. Well, you cannot touch anything. You're not going to have a career in here. You have to touch. You have to touch your chart, and you have to evaluate the market like anything else in this life. If you have a shop or a boutique, you have to come and evaluate your shop, clean your shop, take care of your shop, put VARs in there so you can do the sales in your shop. And the same thing here, you have to work, you have to evaluate your situation, and you have to evaluate how much money you have and how much risk you are willing to do before you say, I'm emotionally disturbed, I cannot touch anything in the market. Then stay away from it. You know, so you will not give us or give some other company a hard time. And people think because they have a few $1,000 in their hands, now they own the company and they own the software, they own the guy who made the software, and now he is a slave for him. No, we don't have time for that. You need to, you don't own anything. You rented the future market, and you have to learn, and you have to learn very hard. And then once you know the way it works, and then you start eating the fruit It's like a farmer. You put something in there and you're expecting at the end of the year to eat the fruit from that land. And it pays off. If you don't take care of that land, you're not going to get anything at the end of the season. So the same thing in the market. If you don't want to learn the market, you don't want to evaluate the market, it's nobody's fault except you. We can provide tools, and of course there is a bad tools out there, and there is a good tools in there, but this is only tools, but the rest is yours. The rest is what you do with it. It's not me babysitting a grown man. It is you willing to learn or not. It's not me. So now the Nasdaq on the scalper. This is what we've been waiting on, the market to start trending. When the market on a scalper, as you see, now we catch the trend on the scalper. And as you see on the scalper, the Nasdaq turned from a scalper to swing trading. If we look at the how we are the only company in any platform has done that. If you look and notice how the auto trade extended the target by itself, it's not a black box, and it is the opposite of those normal auto trades where, like this one here, you set daily target and the market has to come into your target. No, on that auto trade, the target is chasing the market, not the market is chasing the target. And that is a total different approach to the market, because what it does when you are trying to hit the target, the market is always trying to get more money to you than just a basic target. So as you see now, the target has stopped and is measuring the market movement and playing cat and mouse, trying to get extra couple ticks when the target was somewhere around on that level, but when the market is trending, immediately the auto traders start extending the target, trying to grab more. And that's what I'm saying is no longer a scalper, it has become a swing trading. And then when the market start pulling back, how much I have here, I can secure some of the profit. And if this market drop, I can make money. And if the market go back and knock me out, that's very fine. I'm walking away with $700 on that trade. This is, you have to touch the market, guys. You have to touch the chart. If you have a business, you don't have time, leave it alone. You're not going to make it, whether you're here or somewhere else. The driver is wrong. You cannot adjust. This kind of auto trade, two things. This kind of automated trade, which 99.9%, this is what kind of they use, the auto trade, this one or this one here. If you do not have time, emotionally cannot pull a trigger, then you have to accept what you get on a daily basis. You have to accept. So if the market is moving, you're going to walk away with 3,000. If the market is not moving, you're going to walk away with red. So you cannot have both of way. You cannot bake a cake and eat it in the same time. So 2 options for the trader. There is no 3 option. If you don't want to get involved, for any reason, you're busy, you have to run a hotel, you drive a truck, your wife make you do the dishes and do the laundry, very fine. Emotionally abused when you were a kid, you cannot touch anything right now, that's very fine. Then whatever the outcome on this auto trade, you have to accept. Whether it's in red, whether it's in a green, whether you make it 3,000 or you are down 1,000, doesn't matter. You have to accept what you get. For the guys, they call and they say they want to change career. You cannot change career on that, based on that one by itself. You still need to learn the market. And then you can turn it on when you see the market is trending. But if you really want to change career, you need to start learning how to deal between the fibs and manage your signals, and that is going to take time. It's not going to be installed on your computer tomorrow. A day after tomorrow, you are honeymooning on a trip with a private jet. No. On this one here, you need to learn the rhythm, the timing, and observe how the market functioning and immediately break even. And when we catch a trend, how to make your profit go from 200 to 1,000 and walk away. That is not going to happen overnight. Some traders, it might going to take 3 weeks. Some people going to take 2 months. Some people going to take 2 weeks, 2 days. I don't know. Depends on your experience. It's not depends on the signal is signal, but depends on your experience and how fast you are connected to the chart and your head, and you can communicate and understand what's going on. Does not mean there is somebody is smarter than the other. No, it is one guy have more experience time, our time, behind the screen than the other guy. It's not about being smart, it's about being disciplined, and it's been longer hours behind the screen. Because here in the trading is exactly again like the pilot or the captain. The more experienced hour you have, the more you become a captain, and less experience, you're going to be co-pilot, and on and on and on. So it's the same thing here. You have to put your time before you become a captain. Folks, we are done for today. There is not much to do. We have hit the targets on the ES, NASDAQ. We have hit the targets on the swing trading. We have hit the targets on the daily target on the scalpers. The scalper crossed over $1,000, and the swing trading, you can go back with the video. And the auto trade, the normal auto trade, hit 3,400 on one NASDAQ and 1,000 on the ES. So by 10:49, there is nothing left in the market, and we are done. As simple as that. The only thing different between you and I, we have a tons of support, but you have the freedom to break away from the charts and have a fresh air. Gentlemen, thank you very much, and we will see you on Thursday at 10 o'clock on the same channel. Please, please, please be safe for your family's sake. Be safe, and don't say this is not going to hit me, because this has, as you cannot see, so please be safe and protect your family. God bless you all, and see you all on Thursday.